A blessed day to you. Welcome to my video class lesson. Just sit back, relax, and learn. In this video, we will talk about the pure substances and the mixture. And so, we are expected to classify matter as pure substances and mixtures. We will also differentiate pure substances and mixtures. And lastly, we will identify methods of how to separate mixture. So, come on, let's learn and have fun. Let's start with the word matter. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Examples are coffee, table salt, gold bar, and pizza. Now, matter can be broken down into two categories, the pure substances and the mixture. The pure substances also broken down into two, and these are the elements. Example, we have the gold bar, and the compounds. Example of our compounds are table salt. Mixture also has two types. The homogeneous mixture, example of it is the coffee, and we have the heterogeneous mixture, example is pizza. Now, what is the difference between pure substances and mixture? Let us define them one by one. When we say pure substance, these are substances that are made up of only one kind of particle and have a fixed or constant structure, to which pure substances are broken down into elements, which are simple substances that have unique composition, and compound, which form by combining two or more elements. Example: in this figure, it shows the formation of water by hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen molecule plus oxygen molecule is equals to water molecule. And so, we are done with the pure substance. Let's proceed with the mixture. What are mixtures again? Mixtures are made up of either elements or compounds that are physically combined. Thus, the components of mixture can be separated physically as well. Mixture can be classified according to how they are combined. It's either homogeneous mixture or heterogeneous mixture. A homogeneous mixture has uniform composition all throughout, whereas a heterogeneous mixture is not uniformly combined because it shows two or more distinct phases of matter. So these are the homogeneous mixtures. We have the salt water, alloy, and the air. And examples of heterogeneous mixtures, we have smoke, mud water, and milk. One of the major concerns of chemistry is how to utilize and produce pure substances from mixture. Most substances in a mixture are physically combined, so the ways in separating each components depend on the different physical properties, such as density, melting point, boiling point, solubility, and magnetism. And so, there are methods in separating mixture. First method is the mechanical or the manual separation. This method is used to manually separate a solid from another solid with use of hands, forceps, sieves, magnets, or tongs. The next separating techniques, we have also the filtration. Filtration is a process used to separate heterogeneous mixture of solid and liquids through a filter paper. The liquid flows through the filter paper and into the container. The liquid in the container is called filtrate. The solid that remains in the filter paper is called the residue, and the residue can be dried by separating it on the filter paper and allowing liquid to evaporate. Another separating techniques, we have distillation. which is a process used to separate components of homogeneous mixtures through the difference in their boiling points. As the solution is being heated, the liquid with the lowest boiling point boils first and becomes a gas. This gas is then cooled through a condenser. The condensed liquid is then collected in another container. The collected liquid is known as the distillate. Next separating techniques, we have the chromatography, which is a process used to separate components of a mixture based on the availability of each component to be drawn across a chromatography paper. Paper chromatography is used to identify coloring agents in food or ink. Another separation techniques, we have the decantation, which is a process to separate insoluble solids from a mixture by pouring the liquid into another container, leaving the sediment suspended at the bottom. This process is effective in separating large or heavy particles. One of our good example here in washing rice, you slowly tilt the container so that the water will spill over slowly, leaving the rice grain in the container. Next, we have the another techniques, the evaporation, which is a process used to separate a soluble solid and a liquid by heating. When the liquid evaporates, the solid left behind. The last techniques that we have is the centrifugation, which is a process that makes solid particles settle at the bottom of the test tube. A machine called the centrifuge makes this happen by spinning at a very high speed. So this is just an example or picture of our centrifugation. And so, many things around you are mixture. You know that purity of substances is important. Any impurities or contaminants in your food, drink, and medicine you take can have adverse effect on your body when ingested. So, it is important to determine whether the substances and mixtures you use are pure or not.